When Harry Met Sally, a photography podcast, would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional owners of the lands and waters in which we are recording this podcast on today. As people who work with artists seeking meaning and knowledge through storytelling, we recognise the first peoples of this nation have been doing so for over 60,000 years. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging across Australia. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
And the When Harry Met Sally podcast would be nothing without our fabulous sponsors, would it, Harry?
Absolutely.
So first of all, we'd love to welcome a new sponsor on board for this year, which is the RACV. Thank you so much for being a wonderful sponsor, and we're really excited about having you on for Season 3.
And we'd like to welcome back and thank Nikon Australia, who are always a part of supporting the creative industries in Australia. Ted's Cameras, thank you so much for joining us again. And A&L Artistic Framers, who are just fabulous people to work with.
And last but not least, Col Arts. Thank you for the pod suites. This is our third year in here. We have added ferns and all sorts of wonderful things into the pod suite room this year. And it's without you, we wouldn't have a podcast really, would we?
We certainly wouldn't, and we hope you enjoy the episode.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Hi, and welcome back to When Harry Met Sally. Today... Hello, Sally. Today we're so fortunate to have the wonderful Nathan McGuire and Rhys Ripper in the pod suites today.
Hi.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Thanks for having us. Very well.
This is Nathan. This is Rhys.
Hello.
Because we're on video now, so we've got to remember that it's not just audio.
Of course. So Rhys has a business called Cobber, as well as another business called Mate Model Management. And Nathan is a wonderful model in the fashion industry, as well as running Mob in Fashion. So we have a huge amount to talk to about with you guys. And I just wanted to, I guess, just get started with kind of both of you and how you guys met and how you started working together.
Rhys, do you want to answer that first question?
What year was it?
Oh, we've been doing for over like a decade.
Yeah, over a decade.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where did you guys meet?
We did meet in Melbourne. Nathan was playing hockey, field hockey. And we met when you were over in Melbourne and went from there.
As a professional hockey player?
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. So you're a model, a hockey player.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, I've got
All
a background in playing
He has
elite.
a big background.
Yeah, go on.
Elite level field hockey player.
Wow.
So I was playing for Western Australia when
Yeah.
I met Rhys. And yeah, we just connected and we just, over that time have just been working together and...
How are your shins?
Yeah, my shins. Well, I actually did pre-season last week and my shins are so sore because I haven't played for a long time. So
you're still playing hockey?
I still
now?
play, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I still play socially. It's something that makes me happy and
Yeah.
it keeps me, as Nathan, like something to look forward to every week. And
Yeah.
I love it. I wish I could just keep playing. So.
And so you're both in the fashion industry. Would you say that's like the main industry that you're working in?
Yeah, we are now, but originally we were working in a town called Trentham. We had a paddock to plate cafe.
Oh, right.
Within the first 6 months, he was signed to a modelling agency. I was not in fashion at that time. I used to be in fashion in the mid-2000s.
What were you doing in fashion then?
I owned a magazine called Academy for Men, which was the first men's online magazine in Australia, which took me overseas. Was very big,
Wow.
major impact.
Yeah.
And then I had a break and then came back and opened a cafe of my mum, and Nathan worked there, and my brother.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
then you got signed, and then I went back into modelling, back into fashion.
Yeah, okay. Was that kind of working with Nathan or just like him being in fashion has sparked that interest
I knew
in
the
you
industry,
again?
so I said I'd help.
Yeah.
But you did it all. I was just there if you needed a shoot.
Yeah. No,
So
that's
you
how
were
we-
there as his supporter or his photographer or his
I did
agent?
creative direction on his shoots. I knew everyone in the industry, so it was kind of like, oh, I know everyone. Like, they all used to shoot for my magazine.
Yeah. And how did Mum feel about you abandoning the restaurant?
No. No, so we didn't abandon the restaurant until 4 years later when we moved to London.
Right.
When Nathan was signed in London.
Right, okay. So the restaurant's still going?
No, Mum retired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. All right, so how did you get from here to London? How did that transition happen?
I just had been working as a model, so my career just, I was taking all the right steps towards moving overseas and working over there. I went over for meetings like all through like Paris, Milan and London, and did all like shoots here and there. And when I got to London, that was the most interested market for me. So I found an agency. Then I just started working, did all the, appropriate sort of like paperwork stuff to be able to do that.
That must have been a pretty exciting time,
It was-
traveling around Europe and...
Yeah, it was really exciting. I think, Australia is such a small industry as well. So when you get over there, it's like a really big opportunity. People are a lot more open to collaboration as well. There's not as much as a restricted sort of collaborative response. So that's what I really loved about being overseas anywhere, was they're so open to collaborating with you because they love new people. They love having different sorts of beauty come through as well. And, we do such a different style of photography and fashion work in Australia. So...
Is that where you perfected the blue steel look?
No, I was born with that.
Into that camera right now. 1, 2, 3,
No.
go. No! Excellent.
But I think we should tap into this a little bit later. Was England is a good example. Even New York, when we worked in New York, it's a lot more collaborative and open compared to Australia.
That's so interesting. Why do you think that is?
People coming from all over the place
I
sort of
honestly
get there?
think it's that mentality that, I don't know when it started, but the tall poppy syndrome and just the lack of, it's not a big industry here, so everyone's fighting for the positions, so there's less collaborative opportunities, especially for the new kids.
My experience of being in London, I was there for 6 years, was that you've got so many internationals coming in and out all the time to wanting to do
You can work
stuff.
with anyone.
Exactly. And
Regardless of level.
Exactly. Yeah. Whereas here we tend to, as you said before, it's a fairly closed market.
You need to earn your stripes. A lot of the time, you will not get hired or even move up the ladder unless you've worked overseas, as opposed to you get celebrated because of your vibe
So was that,
or your quality
was
of
that
work.
part of your game plan to go there then to come back, or was it?
No.
Okay, I'm jumping ahead.
I can't speak for Nathan, but it wasn't.
But
me.
that is true for me. I was working overseas, and Australia were like, wait, he's ours. So by the time I was working fully in London, shooting over there, I would be getting calls to come back to Australia to shoot. And
That's right, you're flying back and forth.
there was a period where I was flying from London to Australia, to Hong Kong, to wherever I needed to go. And then it was the decision to be at home was like, there was a lot of money coming in it's home. So, and it's my market really in the fashion scheme of things. So, yeah.
So did you find that after you went to Europe, Australia wanted you more?
Yes.
And then that's leaning into that kind of tall poppy
happens.
thing, I guess. Actually, he's ours.
Mind you, you were a full-time model.
Oh yeah, I mean the week I got signed, I didn't stop, and that was, and now I've during that full-time modelling period was about 10 years. So.
Yeah, wow.
But you're right about that. We love loving people that are successful. It's like all of those New Zealanders that we pretend are Australians. Russell
Oh,
Crowe.
100%. We'll embrace overseas in a second and say they're ours.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a crazy thing, but it must be lovely to be back working here with your family. They're still in Western Australia, and
I'm from Western Australia originally, but it's much nicer to be. Well, it's not much nicer, but it's nice to be able to work in your home country and especially thrive. Like for me, I've been able to thrive in the modelling space.
Yeah.
It was my main source of income, and
Yeah.
I remember buying my first car and everything. So I was I'm able to do those sorts of things through fashion.
Yeah.
through
And do you have a
modelling.
love for fashion? Is that something that you always had?
No.
Or has it grown since actually being a model?
It's totally grown
Yeah.
because you have so much access to clothing and great creatives and stuff,
Yeah.
and you become very aware of what you look like and how you're perceived as well. So
And your fragrance as well.
and your fragrance, what you smell when you meet people. Being known for what you smell like. I don't know if that's in a good way.
No, it was creepier when I
in a
said
good
it.
way, in brackets.
Yeah, it was creepier when I said it. So,
So, Rhys, I'm really interested. So, you have Cobber now, but you had a magazine when, in the 2000s as
Yeah.
well. So, how have you seen the fashion industry change in regards to like publishing a magazine?
Well, the first magazine, we were still doing film.
Yeah.
We were doing the DGs, ripping it off, having a look, checking the light, etc. And when I came back, it was all digital.
And so with that magazine, who was shooting for you in those days?
Well, coming back to what we said before, I noticed there was a hole in the market where we weren't embracing new talent. So the magazine back then was about embracing new talent and giving them opportunities to shoot at a high level if they have the right team around them. So we were working with a lot of people straight out of university.
Wow. Yeah.
Heavily.
So even back then, you were very focused on working with emerging
It's the
talent.
same. I'm full circle. It's
Yeah.
the same ethos I've always had as emerging talent, push them through.
Yeah.
Because I feel not many will, so I constantly just do
Yeah.
it.
And are you still in touch with them? Are you
Yeah,
still shooting with any of them?
all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all come back.
So,
Yeah.
fun fact for anyone listening, Rhys and I met at PSC, Photography Studies College. So Rhys has, even though he has this huge history of amazing work, you really only picked up a camera last year?
Yes, so the first time I picked up a camera, I actually picked up a camera in October the year before, once, to
Yeah.
do a shoot because someone cancelled. I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to shoot.
How could it be?
Yeah, I had a whole team. I'm like, I'm just going to.
Oh, what did you do?
Do what I
darling?
know.
You just think, going,
I
how's
just
this?
sat there, looked pretty.
He wasn't on the shoot.
No, I wasn't on the shoot. I don't do the shoots. But yeah.
No, he wasn't on the shoot. So I just shot. I had no idea what I was doing. And then I sent it to one of the photographers who used to shoot for me and said, could you retouch it and make it great?
Yeah.
And then I think you're pushing me and myself to do PSC.
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever picked up a camera, which is crazy.
Which
'cause
is absolutely crazy.
I've been in the industry since 2005.
Yeah.
Never picked up a camera.
And he was so good that I just assumed, because I knew a little bit about his history, I just assumed that he was a photographer already and just wanted more qualifications. And I was like, oh yeah, he knows what he's doing. And then I just realized. But where I was going with bringing this up is that every time we chat, you somehow get into the conversation how impressed and inspired you are about the rest of your classmates.
Oh,
That
they inspire me so
just
much.
like a lot of them just come on from high school. Some of them are like,
Yeah.
younger, mature age students, but you are always saying how, in awe of them you are.
Oh, constantly. I'm so inspired by new talent. I just love it. I just love their ideas and their take on everything. And that's, I guess, how I keep on being driven in this sector. It's just
We feel the
the
same.
new talent is what I love the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is about that constant re-energising as well. But we also teach them a lot too, because they'd be equally as inspired by a lot of your stories as well, which is really what makes a really great classroom, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, my peers were great. They were so much fun. They definitely looked at me a certain way. I noticed very early on, they're like, Rhys, what? I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
The go-to.
The
Yeah,
father figure.
which I didn't expect. I was just trying to do my thing and learn, let's put my hat on.
So the reason of picking up the camera was obviously, it was needed on that particular day, but it was like, shit, I love this, or I'm really good at this, or maybe I can be doing this.
I
where
actually
did it
tried to
happen?
get into photography after high school and was knocked back and couldn't afford to do anything at that time. So I just found another way to get into the industry. I knew I wanted to be in fashion. I didn't get accepted. I went to a technical school. My book was definitely not strong, even though I was getting the grades. You look back, it's like, oh my God, why did you let me do that? Why was that my book?
Because the teacher was probably someone from somewhere that,
She was
didn't
great,
know.
but my book was not good. Oh my God. And it was, film and everything. We had a dark room, like a Chuka Tech. Yes, I just pushed it aside and just kept moving forward in a way that I could in fashion and launched the magazine and went that way.
So your roots are fashion. Is that's the love? Is it?
It's
That's
fashion.
The core.
Yeah. I keep coming back to it.
Yeah.
And so when Nathan was modelling in Europe, what were you doing?
I was there as well.
Yeah, doing
that's when I officially went back into fashion and started doing shoots. And when I came back to Australia, I launched Cobber, which was a fake magazine, because I realised my portfolio was almost 10 years too old, dated. It was like that old school point and shoot, you know, like, I don't know which photographers, like Terry, I guess, was big. You know, bad, but cool then.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to create a fake magazine and start building my portfolio that way as a stylist and get back in the industry
As a stylist, that's where I'm going with this. Okay, so you were styling all that time.
Yeah, and doing all the art direction of the mag, and then I started getting hired for styling.
Okay, fantastic. And then you talked earlier on about how collaborative it is. Oh, it's a hard word to say that, isn't it? Collaborative overseas. Why decide to come back to Australia and collaborate and start a business together? Why Australia when it might have been easier? You never thought of that, have you?
No, I guess
Because your whole business is about
No, but
being
we
collaborative.
came back from London, and you're going crazy in Australia, like winning awards and all the big mags and GQ and
So I was just
Vogue and
working as a model, really.
everything. But then COVID hit, so everything changed. There was no more overseas for ages.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess with such a big shift in the industry, it really...
And BLM hit.
Yeah.
Major shift
that
in
was
both
the
our
main-
careers.
Yeah, wow.
I wasn't considered an Indigenous anything until BLM. And then when everyone
Really?
saw, because Nathan was getting hired regardless, but then it was like BLM hit, they're like, oh,
Oh, yeah, I wasn't
He's
being
Indigenous.
hired for being...
Oh, wow.
Nathan was just getting hired because it was good.
Yeah. I'd say that was probably the most pivotal point was, you know, I was working as a model, but it wasn't jobs that are necessarily towards like a First Nations brand or audience or I guess demographic in the marketing sense. So yeah, I was just working because I'd built such a good book and I did the work and everything. And then I think when, BLM became such a big topic of conversation around the industry, the amount of people that reached out to me from the very top of the industry, you know, all the way through was actually, looking back, probably too much for me to handle.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
I was going to say, how does that, like, how did you feel about that? Does that kind of, I mean, it's a wonderful thing to be wanted. Was it strange to be wanted under that umbrella?
Not necessarily. I think the intentions of the industry were trying to fix something that they had created, I guess, in a lot of ways, or in all the ways.
Yeah.
And
Every single one.
yeah, but you know, like for me, like carrying my culture with me is just inherent in Nathan. It's not something that is a currency, or it's not something that is, for me anyway, that is you know, something I rely on. It's you know, my work ethic and the amount of time I've put into my industry and what I do is what's carried me. But I think that that's also what put me at the forefront.
Yeah.
To be able to speak to this topic at that point in time. And yeah, I mean, because there was so many, like, it's such an underrepresented sector of fashion amongst like any creative part, which is photography, modeling, designers. It was a very small pool of people to be able to gravitate to that have got careers and have got the knowledge. So yeah, I mean, looking back, I see it as a blessing, but also very draining on me. I think I took on way too much.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I had to be responsible.
You were the
to it.
the pin-up boy.
Yeah, I was essentially a pin-up boy for it, and you know, like that came with great opportunities, and you know, my industry was supporting me. But I think looking back now, it kind of has declined, which is probably not the goal.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm one person. I can't do all of that. But that's why I created Mob in Fashion.
Okay,
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
segue.
Nice pivot.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Not
about
pivot, nice, segue.
That would be a segue. Let's talk about Mob in Fashion.
Yeah,
What is it?
So basically, like all the stuff that I'd been going through in the fashion industry became really hard to like control and to really focus on what because I was doing so much for everyone else, it kind of left me a bit drained and left me like, I didn't get paid for a lot of stuff. Like I just did it because people were asking, and it was kind of felt like a responsibility. And then Mob in Fashion was something that I created because I felt like there was such a lack of representation, but also skills for First Nations creatives or people that just wanted a pathway in.
Yeah.
So for me, I the other day I was looking back at some of my notes when I was creating it, and it was that when I was on set, I was the only Aboriginal person in the room, or, you know, like, let alone models. There was never a makeup artist, never a hairstylist, an assistant, producer, lighting, sound, whatever. You know, those are all legitimate career paths.
Yeah.
And I thought I wanted to create something that was a bouncing board for the industry where I could control it and contain it, but I would have the right people come through because I always say fashion is a business.
Yeah.
It's fun to be creative and stuff, and you can do that in your own time, but if you're serious about a career, you actually need to know how to operate on a shoot, what's required, what skill level you need to be at. And that's why
On either side of the camera.
on either side of the camera, no matter what you're doing, there's an industry standard. And for me, understanding, like, just from my experience of having a cultural scope put on me, and also having without it, like before and after BLM, I was like, there's a standard that I had to reach as a model. I expect anyone I work with to have that standard as well. And that's pretty much what I wanted to create, is with somewhere people can come and get that standard, or be around people that have that standard. We have a partnership with the Melbourne Fashion Festival. So every year we do a runway show with them, and then I run the Pathways program, which is an employment program for creatives. So basically we set up an application process, you apply, send in your portfolio, and then I assess if the work is, you know, of the level that I can commit to the festival and that they can commit to the festival, that we would hire them and pay them for basically contract them to the festival to be able to get industry experience, which then goes on their CV, which then they're around the community of fashion.
And then they could be
make their
anything,
contacts
stylists,
and-
makeup artists, models, photographers, blah, blah, blah,
social
the whole
media,
lot.
the whole
Content
thing.
creators.
Journalists.
You can pitch to me what you want to be, and
So you don't go out to communities to find them? Is there a program in the communities for them to know about what you're doing?
oh well, I mean, to be across every community would be a little bit hard, but
I understand that.
We have
they come to
community
you.
in Melbourne, we have community in Shepparton, we have but like it's too many communities. So with social media,
yeah, I mean,
everyone
we connect,
finds us.
We connect
Everyone finds you.
through-
That's where I'm coming from. So they're
we're not
finding
going
you.
out on site. It's
Okay.
that's just too much.
Yeah,
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
The other part about like this, and I think it's something that I get asked quite a bit about remote communities and regional communities, is that, you know, for me, sometimes it's a little bit like, it's a bit of a financial toll and a bit of a, you know, it's a bit of a risk to take people out of communities for a once-off like fashion opportunity. I think for me, having Mob in Fashion centralised in Melbourne is better, because it's like a hub of creativity anyway. So we get a lot of people that come through. We still have presence in Sydney over Australian Fashion Week. We've got great connections and relationships with the people with the Sydney fashion scene, and also like my home community in Western Australia, in Perth.
Yeah, we do Miss NAIDOC.
We do the Miss NAIDOC program. So every year they do the campaign. We go and shoot the campaign and get great imagery and great story across for their assets and stuff. So, you know, it's...
So on that
amazing.
note, who's shooting that campaign for NAIDOC? You're doing
I
that
did
now.
this time.
Yeah.
Rhys has been shooting.
Yeah, and it
Which
went
was
well.
last year.
Yeah.
That was my first year. Otherwise, I was working with photographers we'd choose, and I'd work as a creative
And how
director.
do you choose those photographers?
Just from relationships, actually.
Yeah.
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 And knowing their skill set.
Yeah. So, and that comes from your
And then we'd have
history
people on site learning beside these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The great thing about the Miss NAIDOC one is that we usually have like a full First Nations team.
Yeah, that's the
Wow.
best part.
Yeah.
That's really cool, because like growing up there, I know the makeup artists, the hairstylists and stuff like that. So and they're usually family friends and cousins. And,
Oh,
like,
amazing.
yeah, they're all like family pretty much. So it's always a really fun shoot when we.
Always
It's
fun.
so important
and
to
do
work
that.
with people that you know and that you love. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a business photo collective that I run with Tom Goldner, and we very early on we sort of started trying to work with people that we thought we should work with, and we sort of we were like, these people are experts in this area, and maybe we should connect with them. And we found out very quickly that if you don't work with the person you should work with, actually just work with good people that you want to work with, you're inspired by, you love their work ethic, and it doesn't matter if nobody knows them, because one day they will, because if you make something beautiful together, that's the most important
Yeah,
thing.
that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I love this world.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is my little wheelhouse.
Well, that
love
speaks to the that sort of like gatekeeping, like mindset we've had around the industry. It's
Yeah.
like just pulling the people close to you and work with them.
Yeah.
And create something. I mean, that's a great access we have now.
Yeah.
It is. And
Social
I think
media
what's
and-
really interesting about this series that we're doing this season is we're talking to people that employ photographers and work with photographers. And we've gone through so many, a bit like fashion, through so many phases with doing that, where you've just picked one photographer and that photographer will shoot everything, whether it's a building, fashion or a biro. And then we've got other people that go, we're going to use specific photographers for each thing. And so it's just another way of doing it. But owning who you are as creatives and who you want to be with is what you're saying is the most important
So
to
when
you.
you started Mob in Fashion, I mean, how amazing I'm sure Rhys was a real sounding board for you while you were creating that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Rhys was looking after the runway show.
I was already
That year.
working, obviously, in the space as a head stylist and creative director. And what we did notice, and we were discussing a lot, was the industry was expecting answers and creatives from us, and we need these people. We need to fill these spaces because they've never done it. And I'm like, you need to understand, no one has the skills, or we don't know them. Like, you're expecting everyone to have the skills of the level to shoot for the biggest publications and biggest brands, but no one was at that point. But people were getting pushed forward that had never done it,
Yeah, yeah.
and like it just wasn't working. Hence why Mob and Fashion was born. Let's
Yeah.
get training first,
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
can do the job.
Well, I have a real, and that's part of why Mob. Yeah, you're right. That's why Mob in Fashion was set up, because I have a real, what would you call it? Like a little ick
Inkling?
or a little like. I have a repulsion to.
Not to
Repulsion's a
me.
strong word. No, I have a
Aversion.
aversion.
Version.
There, we found it. Love that word. Aversion.
Yeah, aversion.
No, of setting people up for failure.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
worst.
yeah.
It's so
Because-
hard.
Yeah.
It's very complex as it is, and you're dealing with people's livelihoods and, their passion for creating, and it's, so
You don't want to knock them down too
you don't want to
soon.
knock them down, and you just like, we want to build with people,
Yeah.
and we want to like collaborate. So,
But that's what makes a beautiful mentor, though.
But
right?
also come back to what Nathan said. But
there was
there
no
was
one
no
around.
passes as well.
Yeah.
Like I had no passes. You just have to work your way up. So, like when BLM was fully being embraced and the shift was happening, there was passes being given out, and we were actually feeling the pressure from community because so much, where people just didn't have the skills and they were freaking out, not coping.
Yeah.
What do I do? But the industry didn't care as long as they could tick that box and
Yeah,
say, we
yeah.
have hired a black person to do that job, regardless of skills. We'll put a whole team around them.
Puts so much pressure
It's
on
so
people,
much.
doesn't
And
it?
Nathan was like, oh, I've got to do something about this. You didn't have to do anything about it.
I mean,
No,
what
I
an
didn't.
amazing thing, can I just say? Like, that is wonderful. Because so many people would think that, but actually not have the gumption to follow through with it. So that's just incredible. Yeah, were you sort of on a path that kind of led you there? Or were you, like, terrified? Or, like,
No,
or were
I
you just
think-
like, I want to do this?
Just a hole in the market.
No,
maybe.
I just think like, especially with like the Aboriginal community, it's like when you get to a point where you're successful enough to give back,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
you do.
yeah.
And it's not even, it's like just inherent in me. So that's what I did because I knew culturally that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm very confident in what I achieve in fashion and what I do. So I had the resources as well.
Yeah.
So I thought if I can share those resources like publications and brands and awareness across those things, then why not share it? That was my mentality that whole time. So yeah, that's what gave me that driving force, was there was a need for it and that I could do something. I could make a difference.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the better parts of being in an industry like fashion is it's so fast paced and it's very surface, that if you can do something that actually like helps people on career paths to change their life, like that's
And it's such a
Absolutely.
big, it's just such a big industry, and you're a really good example of that, Rhys, that when people come in, and I know from years of teaching and working with young people that they come in going, I want to be a photographer, and then we look at them and then I think actually what you're really good at is producing and making all that happen, or you love the styling part of it, and I don't think photography is really where you need to be, but they don't get to that point unless somebody points it out to them.
Yeah.
You know, and being involved, they can still be involved in fashion, but in a completely different
Totally.
area, as you found. You
Well,
know?
that's the beauty of the fashion weeks and shows we do. We have X amount of people backstage working with us through the collections arriving right through the end, and then a lot of people are like, oh, I actually don't want to do that. I want to do creative direction, or I want to do this and that. And it's been
But they
great.
find that out from being there.
Correct.
And
It's
the only way
having
you're
the
gonna learn.
opportunity.
It's that
Yeah.
whole thing, if you don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you know, I mean, 100,000 years ago when I decided to be a photographer, one of the teachers said, are you going to make that a career? And I went, can you do that? Well, can you? I don't know. Let's talk about that. But
Yeah, can you?
Yes. I'm still here, baby. Still here. I diversified. So, and your life partners as well. And how does
Yes.
that go, working and living and being together the whole time? Is that we were just in one of our series, we interviewed somebody who he and his partner have families, and they built a house together, and the back garden's shared, and you know, we're like
sounds
going,
awesome.
yeah, like wow, how does that work? My husband's listening; he's going, don't think about it. When
The idea's there now.
I think it was just a natural evolution,
Yeah, I think we're
especially
really
when
good,
you got signed. So
but we're a really good team.
Yeah.
Like I think we build each other up in the parts where we can have an outside perspective of what maybe someone's, you know, what's being presented, or you know, because you need someone who knows you but also knows
your
the
limits.
world you're in and your limits. Yeah, totally. I think
It's being respectful too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, and you know, like we all want to like self-sabotage in any moment, any chance we get, we'll self-sabotage. Or is that just me?
No, it's not me, darling. I'm a Scorpio.
It's everyone
though,
except
so-
Sally.
Yeah, Aquarius.
Oh
so,
yeah, pleaser,
I know.
people pleaser.
yeah,
Ouch.
Yes.
You got a
I've been
birthday
conditioned
in a
that.
minute.
Yeah, it's
When?
coming
real
up.
minute.
Sunday next
Yeah,
Sunday.
see, I just I visualised that.
Yeah.
Look at
So
me.
yeah, Aquarius energy here. But yeah, we what was I saying?
You're wanting to
you were
self-sabotage.
talking how we work well
How we
together.
work well together.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is that true? That's
No, it actually is crazy true.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure it is.
And
You'll
Nathan's
be
really good
here.
at managing me as well, because I'm a little bit
Flighty?
ticky.
Ticky.
A little bit.
What does that mean?
Gets
Spectrum.
distracted.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rayman.
Maybe a lot spectrum.
Who
Yeah.
not Dal?
But that's
Who
a
isn't?
creative, you know, like
I was
But-
going to say that's like the whole industry is
yeah. No,
On
we
that
keep
side
each
of the
other on
world.
track. I think we can see. I think because we've come so far as well, it's like we're able to,
And we went through it all together, so
yeah, good and bad. So
yeah,
it's
good
like,
and bad.
So if people want to become involved in mob fashion, how does that happen?
Well, we obviously have like our website, mobinfashion.com.au, and then we have our social media present. So you just get in contact with us. Usually we're a project-based organisation. So
Plus scholarships
yeah,
and
oh,
internships.
Yeah, so we do. It depends on how we can kind of like give back with these opportunities. So we have a scholarship with the Australian Style Institute, where you can go and study and become an editorial stylist, or a personal stylist, because personal styling is such a big market that's coming through with people that have great social media presence, or especially celebrity routes as well. Editorial, we're always going to need editorial stylists. That's a really great art form for fashion. And so we provide that every year with the Australian Style Institute.
So if they follow you on socials, they'll find out about that. Can I ask am I allowed one dumb question a day?
You're allowed many.
There's no dumb questions.
No.
Oh, thanks, Dom. Do they have to be Indigenous?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Was it a dumb question?
There's
No.
no
Haven't
dumb
said it
questions
anywhere,
except that one.
Except that one.
Oh, yeah, you have
But
to
you
be...
didn't say that. It's just, do you think it's implied?
I think
Am I
it's
going
implied,
down
but-
a
mob
rabbit
in
hole here?
fashion.
Help me.
No, that's a great perspective from the other side. I think I expect it was probably inherent, like obvious in the sort of like business that we run. I think that speaks to the conversation about BLM, the fashion industry. Before that, how representation wasn't considered before that moment in time with the industry. I mean, you can look at certain brands and there was one certain kind of beauty that would be presented. How do you not get to be a part of an industry that you can't even see yourself in?
But you know what? There's the flip side of that too, which I find really interesting. My daughter, who's in her 20s in advertising now, she was a model growing up, and she's blonde and blue-eyed, and she was very popular, and then after COVID, it completely changed.
I don't think the need didn't disappear. It was just because we're so small in Australia, it was polarizing the shift. So we saw diversity come through more than ever.
Yeah, absolutely, which was a great thing.
Of course, great. But there was no need for any other person. It was just, we're so small, so it was just really in your face.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of the world, it was happening. It was happening.
It had been happening long before, though.
Long before.
Long.
It's just BLM actually kicked off what happened in fashion in Australia.
Yeah, and it wasn't that long ago.
I was just
Like
about to
it's
say,
5
I
minutes
find
ago,
that
wasn't it?
This conversation's so interesting because,
Okay.
I sort of thought that it was happening more over the last, I know that change needed to happen faster, but over the last, couple of decades it was happening more. But it seems like
Not so much
just
in
the
Australia.
last 5 years, really.
Yeah,
BLM
it
was
really has been a
5
short
years
time
ago. That's
in Australia.
you're saying that there was such a change. Like, that's shocking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No,
shocking that it was so
in a
recent.
commercial sense.
It's really
Commercial sense,
Absolutely.
it changed quick and heavy.
It was a
And
necessary change.
agencies
though.
were signing lots of different nationalities. It was changing a lot.
Has that change stayed, in your opinion?
No.
Or has it gone backwards
gone back.
a little?
You're back to your question. So right now, Nathan's going through all the different people who have applied to work behind the scenes on the Melbourne Fashion Festival, which we love working with. It's our 5th year. I'm working on the show that we're doing called Beyond Black, which is 9 designers doing all new collections. There's going to be 90 looks on the runway.
Wow.
cool.
We saw it slowly happening last year. This year, it is heavily visible that there is no First Nations models signed to agencies now.
Wow.
The trend has, and I have to,
It's
the
been and
trend
gone.
has ended.
Yeah, been and
That
gone.
is
Now we're
shocking.
doing a call out on social media trying to find First Nations people
I
that
saw it
want to
the other
model
day.
on the runway because there is it's minimal.
But it's
That's
fashion.
wild.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
It's
It
a
was blonde and blue-eyed was a thing,
Yep.
then Asian was a thing, then Indigenous
That's the
was a
scary
thing,
part.
and
That we,
Yeah.
us as humans, are part of a trend visually.
totally.
Scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is scary.
Yeah.
But I did see that call out, actually.
That's why.
So when is Melbourne Fashion Week?
Melbourne Fashion Festival is, our show's the 25th of February, so
Yeah.
that makes, I'm so bad. with
3
the
weeks away,
dates.
isn't it?
It's like 3 weeks away.
No, it's not 3 weeks, is it? Oh my God.
Yes, darling, it is 3
We can
weeks.
cut
And
this little bit
we-
out.
Work to do.
We gotta,
Harry and I would love to come if you just
You should come.
Yeah.
invite
We'd love
us,
to have
but we'd
you.
love an invitation.
yeah, of course. I'll see what strings I can pull.
Go on.
So you're
Paul.
still looking for people to work, or
Yeah, I mean, we did the call out. We got some beautiful people apply. It'll just be
And what roles are you filling?
the roles that we've got as
So
well.
when this goes to air, it will have already happened. So we're talking
Yeah.
about next year now. Where are you advertising? Are you advertising in Ceduna, for instance, or places where there are fabulous people that might not know about you?
It comes back to the other catch of like where you leaned into you don't want to the reality of fashion and modelling especially
Is location.
Location. There's no extra money. It's the same across the board. If you're in Melbourne, you have the opportunity, or if you're in Sydney, if you have opportunity. My models right now, they were just in Milan Fashion Week and walked. They had to be there to cast.
Yeah, yeah.
And you've got to pay for yourself to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
Same as in Australia. There's no extra coin or extra support yet to get people there. But then if they get there, then what?
So what are you going to do without Aboriginal models for this runway if you don't get any?
Oh, we have them.
Oh, you have now?
Yeah, we have them.
We just want more.
We just
Just
want
more,
more.
yeah.
And I think that's cool. We're able to like get a few like freelance models or people that are interested in modelling to have a chance to be on the runway.
And do you know what's also really interesting, having been in the industry for a long time? I was talking to this about some young people the other day. Sometimes you might think, I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not handsome enough, or my body's too thin, or my bum's too big, or anything. But you're always looking for something unique, and often people in every day just sing behind the camera, or they're not you don't necessarily have to be your standard beautiful looking like you. Does that make sense?
I think that you're talking about a spectrum of beauty and
Yes.
the
And that's changed a
ideals.
lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
And I
you.
think
It's changed a lot.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. But I also try and, when I'm mentoring around modelling especially, that you have to have something outside of modelling that is your thing.
Like
Yeah.
hockey for you.
Hockey's been one of those things for me, and that's just grown into like other things, but you have to have something that's outside of that, because it isn't a bit of an illusion. So
And it's not sustainable.
it's not sustainable, but
Not as a model.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
we've got to
what's-
start winding up soon.
Yeah, I know.
'cause
Already.
We've got
Yeah,
to dance
it goes
hands.
quick, doesn't
We've nearly
it?
done an hour, guys. Can you believe
Oh.
that?
Goodness.
I know.
So what's next? Like what I would like. What are your dreams for Mob in Fashion, but also for each other and for what you do next? Like what's taking on the world?
Well, we have our studio in Brunswick. So
Oh, yeah.
we've got a creative space that's become like the home of Mob in Fashion, where we also have Cobber and
Yeah.
Mate.
Mate.
So, we're able to centralize this, but we also we have so many designers come in and creatives come in and work with us. So Mob in Fashion's changed in a way that it's less about like being based out of like a program with the Melbourne Fashion Festival. That is now just another thing that we get to do to be able to sustain ourselves as a business. The other thing is we are creating our own bodies of work in this time, in this era. Creating your own bodies of work is more accessible, and it's more, it's actually the way to carve out your career, I think. So we're looking into doing short films, we're looking into
Amazing.
doing other like fashion projects,
Yeah.
just ways that we can extend our creativity and share that.
include more
And
people
create roles and
creation,
create.
yeah.
I think that's what we would like to do, yeah.
Like currently we're working on another project called Black Universe, where we've commissioned 5 designers to do 2 looks inspired by country.
5 fashion designers.
Yeah.
Yep, to do 2 looks.
2 looks. They've delivered the looks and now we're about to do the shoot and the fashion film.
Amazing.
And
Are you shooting
then
it?
an exhibition.
I'm shooting it, and then we've got someone else filming it, because I don't know how to do that. That's our next project.
Amazing. And so is the film like going to be sort of more documentary, or is it like a
Well, it's going to be like a fashion film.
fashion film? Yeah,
A
amazing.
bit more narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Which is just us doing projects outside of. The
Well,
other
it's like
area.
Harry and I. It's like, let's make it up as we go and let's have fun
Oh my
doing
God,
it.
let's make it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and I think that's the beauty of working collaboratively with people that you get on so well with, because it's like, whoa, we're going down that path. Didn't think
Yeah.
we'd do that. But that's what being creative is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
you
sure.
kind of have to have all those,
Sometimes you just
tools
got
in
to
your
start
toolkit.
as well. Like nobody knows what they're doing.
We're all
And if you
making it
don't
up.
start, you're just sitting there going, what should I do next?
You can fake it.
You just start.
Well,
and
that's how
then
we
you figure
started.
it out.
We had a
Yeah.
coffee one day and thought, wouldn't a podcast be fun? And
Yeah.
then I went, oh, Harry and Sally, when Harry and Sally. And then
Yeah.
a week later I rang, I said, right, so I've checked with the lawyers, we can use that name. And Harry goes, we're actually doing it. I went, yes, we're going to be
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah, great.
And we're
You
like,
know.
we know
That's
nothing
brilliant.
other than
How do we do it?
talking.
It can't be that hard, you know. So one of the questions we've been asking everybody this season is, what is it, Harry? What is that question?
Yeah, so I guess sort of bringing it back to our roots of photography. Like, what is it? And for you guys, maybe it's not just photographers; it's for all, you know, behind the scenes people. But what are you looking for in people that you work with? What are you looking for in photographers, or, you know, specifically, but also sort of, you know, designers
If you
or
could pick three
stylists or
things.
whatever. Like,
A certain style is very important. How what they bring to the table in terms of photography. I like you said in school, I'm constantly inspired by the new kids coming through because they just think so differently. You know, I'm 50 now, or August.
My condolences,
I know, getting there.
Leo.
But I fully am inspired by
Such a
the
Leo.
youth because the new, and by youth it doesn't mean you're young. It's just the new. What they're bringing to the table, and I just want to work them instantly.
yeah,
I'm like, oh, what can I learn from you? Like, let's do something, and I
Yeah.
just push them forward and get them jobs so I can work with them. And a style is important, and how they see the world through their lens. I love it. So good.
And an energy.
Yes,
Totally.
energy. I guess yes. I'm definitely style first. Like, what's your
Okay,
vibe?
what about you, Nathan?
What do I look for? I guess am I employing them or am I
Yeah.
working like in front
yeah.
of?
I guess like if someone comes into mob in fashion and they want to work in photography, and you're going to kind of mentor them or help
Yeah.
them in that area. Like what
Yeah.
what if
Okay.
someone's listening? Like what are the things that they would need in your opinion to really have a good crack at it?
Sometimes people come in and it's like they'll have like and Rhys, you're really good at this. They'll have like maybe 5 images, let's say, in front of you. Rhys will see like one little corner of something in that image, and he's like, he'll basically like zoom in on that and be like, "What is that?" And when it's something like that, where we can go, it can be one element of your photography that will be interesting to us, and like Rhys is so good at it, he expands on that idea with that photographer, and it really helps curate a style and like an essence of like something we're trying to capture.
Yeah.
I think capturing an essence of something is the whole part of like why we love photography and why it's so. If you have something that is, and that's usually driven by detail oriented people or like really passionate people, or photographers, that's something I always look for. It's an energy that comes in,
Yeah.
and I can tell if you're legit or taking the piss. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, because you don't want someone going in like, oh, fantastic, you know, employ me, and you're there going, no, just.
well, yeah. I mean, I've
Even
had
if
that
they
in the
are.
past, and you
You learn quick.
learn pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Let's move
Yeah.
forward.
Do you know what I
I've-
say? I say, you are so fabulous all on your own. You actually don't need us.
Oh, I'm going to use that.
Can you use that?
I'm going to use
And
that.
they'll go, what do you mean? I go, no, I think you're going to be fabulous.
Yeah,
But that's
Anyway.
true though. Like,
but it's also true.
That is
yeah.
true.
So true. So true.
yeah.
I wanted to call my business nodickheadsallowed.com, but
Yeah,
my
I mean,
husband
there's
wouldn't let me.
there's
But
a
it's
big
still,
element of that for.
yeah, it is. It's still
me,
true,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, I just want to work with like people who are professional, like they understand like that professional etiquette and like that, you know, we're giving opportunities, we've got the best interests, we've got, you know, we can't promise the world as well, you know, it's like you have to put in just as much work.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for
Yes.
people like who are fair in that
Yeah.
way.
And one of the words you both have used a lot throughout this talk is collaboration. So people that want to collaborate, that
so
don't want to
important.
be told what to do or don't want to tell us what to do, that we can all bounce
Yeah.
around ideas together
You
and
just
make
want
it
the best
better.
result.
Or just take,
like
yeah,
in all the
okay.
shoots
Yeah.
I do, I don't care where you are. We just want the best result because that's what matters in the end.
And so can people just turn up to Brunswick, or how do they
Yeah, I mean,
Do you
an
have
email,
exhibitions in
email
there?
or a call might be nice before you just rock up.
Yeah, don't walk
but
in.
technically
Sorry,
you
a bit old
could.
fashioned of me.
You could just come
I'm
and
just
knock on
going
the
to come
door.
and knock on your door one
Yeah,
day.
do it.
Do it.
But we
got
have
a-
met now. We're
Yeah,
sort
we've
of
met
old
now.
friends.
Yeah.
And I like your
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah. You could, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Or email. What's your email? Let's do that for the audience.
Oh, yeah, it's hello@mobinfashion.com.au.
Mob in fashion. When you say it
Yes.
quickly, it sounds like Melbourne fashion. So it's mob,
Mob,
in
MOBIN Fashion.
Yeah. .com.au. And your Instagram is
At Mob in Fashion.
Ad Mob in Fashion. And anything else that we need to know about?
No, they're the main ones.
Oh, it's just been such a delight to meet both of you. I've heard so much about you, Rhys, and I've researched you and everything that you say you are, thankfully.
Thank you so much for coming in
That's
and
okay.
chatting to us. You guys are amazing. You're wonderful.
We really appreciate it. And we can
Yeah.
look at a camera now. There's a camera over there. Everyone smile at the camera. Thank you so much. And that's it for
See you
this
next
episode.
time.
Thanks for having
See you next
us.
time,
Thank
Harry.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
We just want to thank all our fabulous crew that are working with us on season 3 of When Harry Met Sally. Shaquille Raymond, back for season 3. Couldn't do this without you.
God love him. I'm glad he keeps coming back. Ezra Williams, who's just started with us this year, who is working with us on filming, videoing, social media and all other things fabulous. And a huge thank you to Ash Wilson, who will be working alongside Ezra, editing all of the videos for YouTube. Thanks, Ash.
And Martin Stevens, Sally's wonderful husband, and also music extraordinaire, who's done our intros and outros for 3 seasons now. Thank you so much, Martin.
Yay, Martin. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube, Ash Peters, we'd like to say thank you for supplying the artwork to put in the pod suite. It's made a huge difference. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much for listening. See you next week.
Bye.